The Week 6 contest bombs and Thursday night football edition of the Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog has just added Pick'em Scorchers. We can win 100 times. That's right. Turn $5 into $500 in one game. Plus, every Sunday, they're giving away $100K. Use promo code SGPN on Underdog Fantasy for a 100% deposit bonus up to $500. We're also brought to you by Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code SGP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code SGP. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use code SGPN. Get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. And we're giving away $3,000 in our NFL Second Chance Survivor contest presented by Corey Pickinson and Barking Dog Properties. Free to enter. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. And with that, we will start this show. Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, CJ Sullivan, the man in the box. Oh, God, that keeps going, doesn't it? I gotta stop. I'm on a loop. Anyway, welcome. It is Thursday, October 12th. Sorry, a little bit out of it. We're part of the C Block. Welcome. I was just on the College Experience with Kobe Dundee. We did our bombs down under. No, we did a weekend bombs. Bombs down under is Monday. This is Thursday. So that's why it gets in. And welcome for whoever came along. This is where you'll get the Circa Million 5-pick NFL contest. We already got people in the comments. Cereal coming in there. Open a man has a box. It's a nice 5-minute roasting session for Lindsey Hill. Well, come on. We're not gonna jump into that. We'll talk a little Dodgers at the end, though. That Lindsey Hill is the woman who's number one enemy now. The one who accused Trevor Bauer of stuff, and Trevor Bauer brought receipts. That's a weird situation to get into. I'll touch maybe a little bit at the end. We will do a man in the box segment at the end about the MLB playoffs. Trevor Bauer might come up and Lindsey Hill. Trevor Bauer's not a good guy, first of all. I feel bad for him for that situation, but he's also not the hero we think that men think he is. Anyway, but that's not the point. The point is we have a Thursday night football game tonight. I'll give that out pretty soon for all you people who are watching live. That's how I do it every Monday and Thursday here in the Bottom Line Bombs. I'm in studio, if you can see. My Monday show I did not make it into the studio. Had a little automobile issues and whatnot, but that's neither here nor there. We still had a great show. We did a recap. We did the Monday, although the Monday night football did not go well. As Vegas somehow, I don't know, Vegas beat the Packers. You want to call it that? Whatever. That was a game where I guess someone won. I don't know. We don't really appreciate either one of your efforts, but we'll give out Thursday night football bomb. We'll give out the contest bombs after the break and a Survivor pick. We're still in the Survivor somehow, some way, sort of. And then we'll do a man in the box. But, all right, let's get into it. Just real quick before I'm already distracted. Cereal's already got me distracted with the Lindsey Hill. Jesus Christmas. I'll put that up there again. I'm not going to roast. Oh, man. It's so funny. They get caught. All right, I'll do it real quick. Before I get to Thursday night. They get caught because, obviously these gold diggers, these problems of, they accuse Trevor Bauer and then the Dodgers, they wanted to suspend him because Bauer's an asshole. No one likes him. No one's ever liked him. So they seized upon this opportunity, and he got railroaded, and they, whatever. And these kids today, and these are kids, They screen grab, they text, they fucking document everything. There's nothing they can do when they're not documenting. That's how they're always going to get caught. Like she made that video after they slept with him, and she's like smiling and rubbing it off, like, which is contradictory to him beating her up and whatever. But it's just so funny because, like, how could you make that video? Because they don't know anything else but to fucking document and post shit and send videos. Like, of course they're going to get it. Anyway, let's get to the Thursday night game. Speaking of which, you won't see Taylor Swift pulling a Lindsey Hill. That's for sure. T Swift is in the house tonight in Kansas City. Kansas City, Denver. The line is 10.5. The over-under is 47. This is a weird game. Denver, of course, awful. Historically bad. Their defense is comically bad. And they're playing Kansas City, who, of course, is great. Now, the situation plays up for a Denver cover and an under, but I can't do either one of them. Kansas City had 2 road games in a row. The big Jets game at night. They were in Minnesota. They kind of got lucky to get out of that. Now they come back on a short week, and they're playing Denver, divisional rival. Russ, they always usually play them tough. So getting 10.5, which is a lot. So the handicapper, the gambling history says take Denver, but I can't do it. You can't do it with this fucking defense of theirs, and they're just so bad. They just let the Jets blow them out, for crying out loud. I blow them out, but and the under, and the weather's supposed to be awful. That's why it's coming down to 47, but I can't do that either. Not with this defense. I'm going to give out Kansas City and the over, but more importantly is the prop of Isaiah Pacheco, 79.5 rushing yards. They can't stop anyone on the ground. Oh my God, why is everything on a fucking loop over here? You're right. I agree with you there. West Virginia punch drunk one says this game is begging for prop bets. Lead the side and total alone. So you got to go Isaiah Pacheco over 79.5 rushing yards. You have to. There's just no way you can take a running back against Denver in the under. You just can't do it. Pick any one of the receivers, though. Rashee Rice. I like his anytime touchdown. Let's take a look at what are those looking at. Then we'll get back to Lindsey Hill. You guys really can't go. You guys really can't let this Lindsey Hill thing go. Did she come up with something out today or something? Let me take a look. Now you got me Googling. Trevor Bauer's, I don't know, it's 27. New York Post, of course, is all over it. Concealed text file. It's just so funny because, like, the right and the men's rights, like, they love. If you look at the comments below, the stuff like, the ones defending like Bauer, go like, it's not a good look. A lot of dudes, a lot of fucking vitriol, but it is. It's a horrible thing when someone makes it worse for the real victims. Like when guys say that, like they give a shit about the real victims. It makes it terrible for the real victims. You don't give a fuck. It just reaffirms that every woman's a liar. Anyway, Cortland Sutton over 3.5 receptions. I'll take that. I'll take any Cortland Sutton prop. I love Cortland Sutton. Bad weather. Rushing. You guys are all right. You're all correct. If you want to take the Denver side, I do like a Cortland Sutton. Russell Wilson has not been the problem. The offense has been fine, which is so funny because last year, complete opposite, and the defense was elite. And this year, the defense is like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. As a matter of fact, just to spite you, we're going to be the worst defense of all time. Just to show you what it felt like last year. Last year, we were keeping everyone under 17 points, and you guys couldn't score 17. Yeah. You were the worst offense, so now we're going to be the worst defense. So we don't care what you do. We're going to give up 70 sometimes. We don't care. Fuck that. Yeah, all the any picks that make sense is correct. Will not make sense. Well, then that is definitely a loss. All right, I need to. Man, this is really slowing me down. I don't know what's going on with the internet here at SGPN, but it's I'm gonna have to cut off the StreamYard or something. Let me do. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my thing in order here. We're going to give out Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce's hurt too, but he's going to play. If Taylor Swift shows up, he's got to play, right? That's the thing. She's going to ruin his career that way. She's going to make him fucking play in short weeks, whatever, Amazon. I do have a theory that I liked playing the opposite tight ends of Travis Kelce, but that I'll give more of that on the prop show tonight. After Thursday Night Football game, I'll be on the main show with Sean and Kramer doing props. But I don't know if I want to give out Greg Dulcich. Let's do a little Greg Dulcich over. How about that? Let's take a look at what that is. Greg Dulcich over, man. This connection is so fucking slow. I'm going to cut off the StreamYard. I think the StreamYard's the problem. Oh, you know what it is? All right, hold on. Jeez Louise. It's this fucking YouTube. That's what it is. I was going to I forgot to quote tweet to check the comments, but you know what? We got enough people in here with the C block, so I don't need to. Oh, I just knocked them all out. Okay. You know what? Let me just get to the fucking read, and I'll come back to that. I already need to regroup 10 minutes into this. 10 minutes into the show. So let me just get an underdog fantasy. It's a way to play alongside your favorite football team all season long. And they just introduced Scorchers. You go 5 for 5 and pick them Scorchers. Enjoy a spicy $100 times payout. In a limited time, underdogs extending the first deposit bonus up to $500. $100,000 Sundays continues on Underdog Fantasy. 10 lucky players win for $10K each. Spicy underdog play that I like. Let's do that. Tell you what. Let's do Cortland Sutton, anytime touchdown, plus 350. All right. That's my underdog Scorcher. Sign up with the promo code SGPN. Underdog will double your first deposit to $500. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. We're also, you guys are gonna like this, C-generates. You're talking in there. I'm doing I'm going to do a live old-fashioned Tonight Show advertisement right here. Ready? We're brought to you today by Manscaped. We have a new sponsor, Manscaped. Oh, I'm locking in on the box here. They've taken a step from Halloween to bring your face the cleanest shave it's ever seen. And here it is right here. Here's a Manscaped right here. It may be spooky season, but you don't have to scare people with a scraggly beard. You give them something to look at with Manscaped Handyman. So I got one of these things. Manscaped gave me a man in a box scaped, if you will. Look at that. You get in there. Yeah. I always have permanent 5 o'clock shadow. That never looks good. You hear that? That's your Manscaped. Let's see how it does with the mustache. Oh, my goodness. My mustache, like I said before, I grew it as a joke a while ago. You know, every mustache, I think, is grown ironically. And then after a while, it's like, okay, is this a joke anymore? Or is this really who I am? And now I try to shave it, and it just comes back with like the second I fucking shave it. Like an hour later, it just pops back. But Manscaped can take care of that. Oh, this is good. Oh, this just feels good. And it doesn't, pluck at you and get you that rash burn. You never tell you when someone's like shaving, I got this nothing but red pock marks all over their neck and throat. So I got a lot of neck beard. I'm a hairy man. The man in the box is a hairy man, not gonna lie, but it comes in bad areas. Back, throat, neck. Never a good, just old-fashioned, like regular old puffed out beard. I grow out. I got the Andy Reid cop mustache. I got the cop on vacation look. But now that I have Manscaped, I can trim it up and look good for Halloween. Anyway, so you get 20% off and free shipping with the code SGP at Manscaped. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use code SGP for a look at sweet as candy. Get yourself the handyman from Manscaped. All right, we are back on the Bottom Line Bombs with your man in the box. Let me pull up that StreamYard again. I'm going to pull up the StreamYard again. Jesus God, what is going on? My whole fuck. I'm ready to flip out already. My show is. I'm losing control of my show. I don't know why the soundboard's on a loop. I'm sure there's something I could change to do that. The StreamYard, the connection is locking me down. Now you're hearing noises. Oh, man. JC from KC is here. You know, JC, you always calm me down. I'll give you. So I'm glad you're here. You're here for the zippy tragedies. What's up, C-Generates? I really went nuts with that last time. With the war over the Gaza Strip. All right, I'll solve the Middle East for you guys real quick before I get into the contest. Right, the problem with the real problem is I don't know which side to say I support in order to help my career. That's the real tragedy of this whole thing. You say you're for Israel, like, oh, you like dead babies? No, I don't like dead babies. Oh, then you support this? I don't know what I support. Just tell me which one you want me to say, and I'll say it. Just say it. You got to say it or you don't support it. Hilarious. Endless wars are hilarious. But anyway, let's get to the fucking picks, right, boys and women? Just because Manscaped is one of the it's one of our sponsors now doesn't mean women can be involved too. Women-scape it. All right. Where are we at? Let's get into the picks. Jesus Christ, I'm really just saying anything at this point now. I gotta tighten up the ship here. All right, let's get into the picks. So we are 14, 10, and 1 in the Circa Millions contest, and we're using the Circa Million lines that came out today. We went 3 and 2 last week. Although, as I told you, we're gonna do a little switcheroo segment, which is gonna be fun for the C-Generates. I'll tell you that at the end. But let's get into the games real quick. All right, let's start off with Indianapolis at Jacksonville. The line is 4. Jacksonville's laying 4. Jacksonville coming off a big win versus Buffalo in Europe, in London. They were just in London for 2 weeks for the first time ever. Was an NFL team there for 2 weeks, which I think helped them versus Buffalo. But now they're coming back with no bye week. They're just coming right into it after a 2-week European vacation. And they come right back into Jacksonville, right back to home, and then they act like that's fine. Jacksonville, they're playing the Colts with Gardner Minshew at quarterback. The Gardner Minshew, speaking of mustaches, the Minshew revenge game. Minshew used to play for Jacksonville. That's where he came out. Came out hot. WV Punch Drunk says he's a hotshot Vietnam cripple. He's listening to the C Block. That was my Tom Cruise joke. Tom Cruise. We were talking about Tom Cruise earlier. His acting choice, I always say, is the same. It's always a hot shot. He's a hot shot fighter pilot, hot shot bartender, hot shot Vietnam cripple. You know, he did tricks in that chair and stuff like that. But anyway, Gardner Minshew revenge game. No problem for the crossover, West Virginia. I love it. Promote both shows. Here's the thing. So it's a Minshew revenge game, but the Jaguars coming back from Europe, there's nothing worse than someone who's come back from Europe after 2 weeks. Then they, or even like a summer or whatever, they do a semester or they do a couple weeks of vacation there. Now all of a sudden they're cultured. They refer to America as the States. You know, they ask if you want to have a pint. They Madonna it up. They get the accent going. Like, what the fuck? You live in Jacksonville, okay? No, I know, but it's just every time I'm back in the States, it just seems, I don't know, ordinary. You live in Duval County, Trevor. They're wearing scarves. It's a fucking something. What are you doing? I just thought it'd be a look, you know. What I'm trying to say is they think they're better than you. And especially Jacksonville. Jacksonville never knows what's going on. So the Colts, they lost that first game. The Colts could have beat them. And it was Minshew going in there because Richardson's finally out for a while. Richardson's a king of starting games and not finishing it. Jonathan Taylor, they'll work him back in a little bit more. So it'll probably be about a 50-50 split, which is tough if you're a Zach Moss. owner in fantasy, but it will make the Colts a better team. I think the Colts are pretty solid. They're much better than we thought they were going to be. And with Minshew starting, Jacksonville revenge, and them coming back, adapting to American culture. I'm still not used to the time change. They like saying that too. Like they just fucking like they're, oh my God. Like they went around the world 7 times and went in Japan. All right, relax. It was a 7-hour flight. It's like going to Seattle. But anyway, that being said, we're going to take the Indianapolis Colts +4 as our first bomb. Give them some American Publix grocery store. Yeah, you're. God damn it! What is going on? Oh, you know, I think I just. Oh man, I'll fix it afterwards. What is another tragedy that happened? That's another tragedy. Speaking of the Lindsay Hill. All right, let's go next game. Let's go to. We got to go through fast because I am just saying things. I'm just saying words with no context. Tampa Bay versus Detroit. This line is 3.5 on the contest line. Detroit -3.5 on the road. This is an interesting game because these are perennial terrible teams. Detroit, Tampa Bay. Detroit's very good though. Their offenses. I don't know if we've caught up this off. I tell you, I have to admit, I was pretty wrong on Dan Campbell. When they first hired him, like this is gonna be another meathead. That's how much Matt Patricia gets in your head. Anything that looks anytime there's a meathead when he's doing those speeches in the beginning, like, oh, we're gonna gnaw on ankles, we're just like the city, we're an auto plant that's gone, and we're tough, and we're shield, and we're ruined, we're in ruins, and we're being left behind by our economy. What are you talking about? What kind of offense are you gonna run? I don't know, but I'm going to play Metallica lyrics for everybody. All right. But everyone likes Dan Campbell, and he's hired the right coordinators, obviously. And they're doing great. But Tampa Bay, they're kind of they're under the radar as well. They were on a bye last time we saw them. They're fucking New Orleans up. Of course, Derek Carr was pretty hurt for that game. But at home, getting 3.5. I don't know if I trust Detroit as a road favorite yet. Home, even as a home favorite, big favorite, that's kind of pushing it, although they did fine last week. But on the road favorite in the sombrero, these are 2 games in South Florida that I'm really going after. Jacksonville and Tampa Bay, two very Florida places. Tampa Bay, Jacksonville is a weird area. Tampa Bay, that's just the king of neon and air conditioning and strip clubs. So you're going to get that's why I think Baker's thriving in there. Baker Mayfield should be in Florida. He is a Florida man. That was his problem. He's finally found a home. Baker belongs in Tampa Bay. He belongs in the swamp. And all of Florida's a swamp down there. It's so weird how especially in Jacksonville, that's why it's Gator country. Just how accustomed they are to alligators and shit being involved in their daily lives. Because there's no real solid ground. Everything's like it's a swamp. It's fucking wet and it's mushy, and And they point out gators like in a part of a tour, like, there it is. There's Ollie. He bit off some drunk's balls the other day when he tried to fuck with him. Yeah, you don't do that, Okay. Another thing with that, so there's bad weather everywhere in the country this weekend, so we have to handicap that in. But Florida has no problem with storms and bad weather. They act like that's just a regular old Tuesday. I was down West Palm Beach where we're at this bar, and all of a sudden, this middle of the day, they started batting down the hatches, putting the tarp down, the windows down, to lock up. I'm like, what's going on? Like, the storm's coming about real quick. They don't even mention it. Next thing you know, a nor'easter comes through, like fucking Mark Wahlberg and George Clooney style. These 50-foot high waves are crashing. I'm like, are we going to die right now? It looked like the end of the world was happening, and they didn't bat an eye. They're making rum drinks. Well, it's just that's just the old 315 storm coming through. 315 storm. This house is being ripped off the ground. Yep, that's Aunt Bee's. We told her to move out of there. She didn't listen. Anyway, this will all be over. And it is. And then they go right back to their normal lives. So the bad weather will not affect Tampa Bay or Baker Mayfield. So we're going to take the points plus 3.5 and just hope Detroit as a road favorite doesn't come through. So there it is. Second bomb, Tampa Bay. They will be fine with the weather. Jesus God, what is I'm sorry, guys. Oh, man. I don't know why I'm so fired up. I'm fired up because everything's on the loop. On a loop. No pun intended. On the loop. The loop! This is unrelated. I'll talk about this afterwards. I saw a documentary on the disco demolition game of the White Sox and whoever it was. It was a doubleheader, and then they were trying to destroy all these disco albums, and it became a riot because there was like just explosions going on. They had to cancel the second game, whatever. And they were trying to calm the crowd down. It was the 70s. Everyone's like on fucking bad coke and meth and lubes and whatever the hell they're doing. And they're blowing up disco records. And Harry Carey's up there. He was the announcer for the White Sox then. And The Loop is the name of a classic rock station in Chicago. 97.9 The Loop. Good station. And Harry Carey's trying to calm down the crowd and trying to come on, kids, go back to your seats. Back to your seats. You don't want to get the Loop in trouble, do you? The Loop. So anytime I hear the Loop, that's what always goes in my head. You don't want to get the Loop in trouble. Yeah, now, Harry, we don't give a fuck at the like I know you won't listen to me, but the Loop. They're still going to play songs. Anyway, let's get on to. I will talk about that Chicago game after the break, but first, real quick, should we sneak this one in there? Yeah, let's sneak it in there. We're doing fine. I like this rapid fire thing I'm doing. This game I don't like, but I'm going to give it out. Atlanta, Washington. Atlanta minus 2.5. Just a weird game because Washington's coming off not a bye, but a Thursday game. They just got crushed by the Bears. Not a good look. You gave up 40 to the Bears. What is going on, Washington? And Jack Del Rio. Jack Del Rio is the defensive coordinator there. The whole coaching staff of Washington. You have Ron Rivera. And you have Jack Del Rio. Eric Bieniemy, who I love, is the offensive coordinator. He's not been the problem. That's proper English, right? He's not been problem high. The offense has been fine. Which begs the question, what has Eric Bieniemy been doing in job interviews where they won't hire him? Is he how sociopathic is he where Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio are the ones that, yeah, come join our staff. Del Rio is like a January 6th truther. Remember he called it a dust up? That little dust up the street. And I'm it's racism. Well, there's black coaches in the league and head coaches. Yeah, there's not a lot. And I'm not saying there's not racism involved. Who am I to say that? But something's going on with Bieniemy in these interviews. He's a fucking psycho because he just started screaming, whatever. And players didn't like it. Anyway, point is they're going to Atlanta. And now you got Taylor Heinicke to back up. Speaking of, this is backup revenge week. You have Gardner Minshew with the Colts and Jaguars. Now you have Taylor Heinicke, who's the backup to Desmond Ridder in Atlanta. But he was the quarterback for Washington. So maybe he'll give him he'll study some film. He'll have the inside track. He went up against Jack Del Rio's defense. So he'll know all the defensive signals and the plays. Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. I guess he would have some inside information. But it's better information? Just any game tape of Washington playing this year. Yeah, thanks, Taylor. We'll take it from here. We watched the game against the Bears last week, and we've seen enough. They're terrible. We should win by more than 2.5. So we're going to take Atlanta minus 2.5 to beat the Commanders and that insane coaching staff they have up there. Although this one I'm a little questionable about because Atlanta loves to win and not cover, and it's always by 2 or 1 point somehow. But we're going to take it. Atlanta minus 2.5, third bomb of the week. Now, God damn it. The loop. You want to get the loop in trouble. I have exciting news for you, Degenerates, and it's not just about Manscaped. This is about the SGPN Second Chance Survivor. Already knocked out of your NFL Survivor? Maybe you are if you listen to me. But don't worry, we got you covered with the SGPN Second Chance Survivor, presented by Corey Pinkston and Barking Dog Properties. Hold on. That's when I'm supposed to hit this. Barking Dog Properties. It's $3,000 up for grabs. Winner take all. Starts NFL Week 7. So sign up now at sportsgamingpodcast.com/survivor. That's sportsgamingpodcast.com/survivor. $3,000 second chance survivor Week 7. Not bad. All right. Hall of Fame bets is also bigger and better way to bet smarter in the NFL season. You stop betting in the dark. Join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame bets to craft more intelligent, data-driven parlays. Download the Hall of Fame bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame bets. Now, we are back on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am your host, CJ Sullivan, the man in the box. I gotta stop that before it hits. Oh man, have I been in the box? I'm gonna have to go wide. That's what happened with the Manscaped thing. That's great. JC says he prefers the bomb loop than the terrifying gunshot bomb. I know that was last week. That is my remote bomb one I have on the video. It is horrifying. Not great when you're driving home through Akron or anywhere in these streets of America or around the world. I believe you're talking about this one right here. I apologize. Jesus, I never really listened to it myself, but yeah, that's terrifying. Anyway, well, we got 2 more bombs we got coming for you. We've given out Indianapolis Colts +4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3.5, and Atlanta -2.5. So 2 dogs, 1 favored. And we got 2 more little pups, 2 more dogs. I like it. And then, of course, we'll give out the Survivor and a Switcheroo and then a Man in the Box segment. We're doing very good. But thank you. And thank you, guys. Jason KC, West Virginia Punch Drunk, Serial, Insano, everybody that's in the chat. The chat is lit. It's been going strong. We're getting stronger and stronger each episode. I think part of the C block helps to carry over, whatever. But I'm loving it. And thank you for watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit the like button if you are on YouTube. The thumbs up there. It's right there. You just got to hit it. No big deal. It does nothing to you. There's literally no reason not to hit that thumbs up. It means everything to me. It means nothing to you. I mean, it's not even part of your day. You wouldn't even think twice about it. Just hit it. So thirsty for the algorithms. Anyway, but thank you for guys watching on YouTube. And if you're, make sure you subscribe, tell other people, download, whatever you got to do. All right, enough shameless plugging and thirst. That's what's the worst part about this gig. Any gig, any radio gig or podcast gig, it's just begging. It's just begging for likes and subscribes and just come check me out here, buy it. It's just begging, please make me able to fucking sustain this. All right, let's move on. You don't want to hurt the loop, do you? Speaking of which, Chicago, Minnesota. Let's talk about Chicago. The line is Minnesota Vikings go to the Bears. The line is 3. Minnesota's favored by 3, obviously. The Bears are kind of hot. They almost beat Denver at home. They blew a 28-7 lead, and then they went out on the road when Dick Butkus died, and they crushed the Commanders. People say they're rallying for Dick Butkus. I don't think the fucking players even know who Dick Butkus was. The league might have helped them out. Dick Butkus, who was a god, lived in Chicago my end years. I mean, he is the Chicago god. even more than Mike Dick, easily more than Mike Ditka. He's born in Chicago, went to Illinois, Bears. It's funny when players were talking about, they go talk about Dick Butkus. They talk about him like this. He's like this evil presence. Like he wasn't even a human being. And then you interview him, and he's like, I don't know what they're talking about. I was a good guy. I just like to, just out there having a glass of milk and just enjoy camaraderie and competition. That's all. Then they go like the Deacon Jones, like that motherfucker called me the N-word and buried me underground. Then that's just the way he was. We don't care. I mean, that's old Dick Butkus. Like, Jesus, all right. He didn't say that, but like he pretty much hinted at it. Like that, you don't even crawl. You shake his hand. You say, sorry, Mr. Butkus. Is there anything I can get for you? Would you like to have sex with my wife? Would you like to fucking beat my kids, crush my dog, whatever it is? Anyway, gotta love Dick Butkus. He was like this evil stench. So now they come home and they're playing the Vikings without Justin Jefferson. Now, I think the Vikings had a big game last week. They versus Kansas City at home. They could have won that game. They didn't. I think it's going to be very deflating. They're already talking about trading Kirk Cousins.
You like that? You like that?
Kirk, you want to go to Atlanta?
You like that? You like that?
No, you want to waive your trade clause for that? How about you want to go to the Jets?
You like that? You like that?
No, you don't like that either? All right. He's like, I'm just focusing on the Bears. Like, shut up, Kirk. Nobody's focusing on the Bears. Vikings fans aren't focusing on the Bears. You want to get traded or not? We want to trade you. Now Justin Jefferson's hurt. And he said he's in no rush to get back. That's reassuring. I mean, he's right. He shouldn't rush to get back. He's got a long career ahead of him. Doesn't help me, who owns him in every fantasy league. But, you take your time, JJ. I mean, he's right. Anyway. Here's the thing with the Bears. And I live in Chicago a long time. I like the Bears. They're one of my secondary teams. This is what they do. They're terrible. And they finally get people excited. At least Bears fans get excited. Like, at least we'll have the number one pick, And if they get that, they fuck it up. Or they're so bad, then they start rallying once they realize the fans are rooting for them to get the number one pick, they'll rally and start winning games for no reason. Now this year, it seems foolproof because they have the number one pick. Well, number one pick. They have their pick and they have Carolina's pick. And both teams look like it looks like it's going to be 1-2, which would be incredible if they won 2. But I wouldn't put it past these Bears to start winning games now. Because at least they'll have Carolina in their back pocket for their fan base to get the number one pick, to get Caleb Williams or something. But I can also see them doing something dumb, like watching Justin Fields beat a couple bad teams and thinking, maybe he is the quarterback of our future. And he's not. I love Justin Fields. He's a great athlete. He's a good kid, as they say. You want to root for him. But he just doesn't have the accuracy or whatever you want to call it. I mean, he's just not it. But he's fun to watch, and he does get in these moments where he can do things and take over games and just pure athleticism. And I think this is going to be one of those games. In 1998, the Bears were the worst team in the league, and that's when the draft. That's when Peyton Manning got drafted and Ryan Leaf went number 2. All they had to do was lose out a couple games left, and they would have got Peyton Manning. Or God forbid, Ryan Leaf. But then they had like a night game before with like the Bills, who were like 6-7, and Wannstedt gave this huge speech about accountability, and Eric Kramer kept winning games. He's like, I just want to get us out of the quarterback sweepstakes. Great, thanks, Eric Kramer, you piece of shit. Now we got Curtis Enos, and that's what happened. They rallied and won 2 of the last 3 games to get out of the number 1 pick. So they missed out on Peyton Manning and Leaf and got Curtis Enos. Because God forbid you get into quarterback sweepstakes, Dave Wannstedt and Eric Kramer. Anyway, that's what these Bears are going to start doing. I can just see this coming. I can see this coming. They're going to beat these Vikings. And they're going to win a couple games. And And hell, and then Bears fans are going to start getting into it. Like, maybe we can win a division. Yeah, maybe you can, you morons. What the hell good would that do? You're awful. But it's going to be good enough. So we're going to take the Bears +3 as our 4th bomb of the week. God, I can't stop that. Eric Turner wants to know if the Bryce Young trade was worse than Trey Lance. No, absolutely not. But I will say Bryce Young not looking good so far. If anything, when Lovie Smith won that game and took the number 1 pick away from Houston, he did them a favor. He's like, you don't want this number 1 pick. You want the number 2. Get C.J. Stroud. He did you a favor. Let these other idiots take Bryce Young. It was weird. It's weird. Yeah, it does not look good for Carolina. Is a whole renovation. Slap on all the paint you want. The house needs renovations. Miles Sanders, Frank Reich, get all that shit out of there. Anyway. All right, let's move on. No, it's kind of early. That's the way it is with quarterbacks now. We judge pretty early. Like Zach Wilson's career has already died 3 times. He's still like 23. Even Baker Mayfield, number 1 overall pick. What's he? 26? Who knows? There's no way of knowing that. What am I going to do? Google it? Open up a new window? Absolutely not. Because we got another game to talk about. And this is the favorite Monday Night Football. Dallas Cowboys at your LA Chargers. Dallas is favored by 2.5. Dallas just got destroyed. Oh, boy, what did I do? Hold on. Did I cut out my video? No, we're good. All right, we're fading back in. That was weird. A lot of tech issues going on right now with and the man in the box. It's always an issue. It's always a possibility when it's just me in the box. But that's part of the charm, right? I like when I say that. When you fuck up. That's part of the charm. That's what a comedy show is, messing up. Okay, or you can rehearse it. Anyway, Dallas Cowboys, Chargers. So Dallas got destroyed by San Francisco. Pretty amazing. There's been this trend online. People love talking shit about Dak Prescott. And Dak Prescott did not turn up. But San Francisco also has the best defense in football. Best everything in football, it seems like. I just missed playing them, by the way. They might be going against PJ Walker with those Browns. Anyway. But there's been a trend online. Like people are doing things to Dak Prescott jerseys. Like there's a one video of that guy in the barber shop who like took down the Dak Prescott painting and like smashed the glass and what it seemed fake. There was like ring lights. Anytime you see ring lights in the fucking shot of the video, it's fake. All right. This barber up in Santa Clarita breaking his Dak Prescott. First of all, good. Fuck these Cowboy fans. There's going to be so many Cowboy fans here at this Charger game. They had their training camp out here in Oxnard. And they all have these jean shorts. You've seen this online. The Cowboys, how about them Cowboy starter kit? The fade haircut, the lines in the head, the fucking jean shorts, chains. They're such fucking mobs. And they're going to cover this field. But then there was one Dak Prescott video. The guy was using his jersey as a mop and like mopping the fucking floor with it, which whatever. It was on ESPN today, and they were talking. ESPN shows it on like First Take, whatever. And then they're talking about it. I think it was Dan Olarsky. Someone was talking about it, and I was like, I don't care what you think of him as a player. You can think these things, but this is too far as a human being. This is disgraceful. They're acting like it was the American flag. It's a fucking football jersey. They're having fun. And first of all, you're showing it for content. So you're not too against it, ESPN. Oh, this is disgraceful. You don't let the Dak jersey touch the ground and let it use it as a mop. There are children watching that. It's a football jersey. And like I said, I like Dak Prescott. As a person, he's a great guy. And that's what they're saying too. He's one of the great guys. And fans don't give a fuck about the story about these people. That's how out of touch these idiots are. Who talk about this shit. Like they fucking work. They just want him to do good. They don't care about his life. because they don't care about their lives. So if you want to, it all, whatever. And they're all fake fucking stage things, whatever, but it doesn't matter. It just is. Part of the reason why I say I like Dak Prescott is because he's bad. It's part of his charm. It's not that he's bad. He's good. He's just inconsistent. He'll have a much better game this week versus the Chargers. It's going to be a high-scoring affair. And there's going to be a ton of Cowboy fans at this stadium. Jerry Jones created this stadium. He created these Chargers being in L.A. He was part of the reasons why they moved here. The Chargers never wanted to leave San Diego. L.A. never wanted the Chargers to show up. But Jerry Jones, the other owners, like, well, we want a TV show, so you're doing it. We don't care. Poor Charger fans in San Diego, and now they have to watch these games as their local thing. Like, great. It's like watching a live stream of your ex in her new life. That's great. I'm glad I have her Instagram stories on a loop. This is fun. Thanks, Jerry Jones. Oh, man. I'm getting fired up thinking about Jerry Jones on Monday night. Anyway, so there's going to be a ton of Cowboy fans in there. But here's the thing. Chargers are off a bye. I think they're just a better team. We're going to take the 2.5 points. We're going to desecrate the flag. And by the flag, I mean a Dak Prescott jersey. And we're going to take it. These Chargers plus 2.5. Bomb it. So that, God, is the 5 bombs for the contest. We gave out Indianapolis plus 4, Tampa Bay plus 3.5, Atlanta minus 2.5, Chicago plus 3, Chargers plus 2.5. Now comes a new segment called the Switcheroo segment. Let me see if I can get something for a Switcheroo. That's not a Switcheroo, but it's something. I told you last week I'm a CEO gambling with the 401k money. I'm doing risky business. I'll give out my bombs here, and then before I have to submit them Saturday, I would switch one off, and then I needed to I had to get the records right. So which one do you think? And I have to guess it. I was going to do it last week because I owe the record one. I owe one to the kitty. I don't want to keep. I was going to switch off the Denver to Chicago. I already see the one I don't like. I can see me pulling off the Chargers or Atlanta. This is if C. Generous, you wanted me to. I was going to take that New England Vegas game. I was going to play that, but it's just such a gross game. But Josh McDaniels versus Belichick. Oh Lord. This story writes that itself. Oh, man. San Fran, Cleveland. Hard not to play San Fran if P.J. Walker's the quarterback. And then you got Bengals, Seattle. So if I was to take one out and put one of those in, see Generous, which one would you guess? We're getting fantasy questions from Manuel Gomez. Hey, Manuel Gomez, why don't you subscribe to the Fantasy Football? I'll handle it. I can take it. He wants to know Javonte or Jaleel, full PPR. You take Jaleel. Kidding me? He's the hot new shot. Javonte would be nice tonight, but the problem with playing a Thursday night, I hate Thursday night. If you can avoid a Thursday night fantasy start, I do, because here's the problem with Thursday night fantasy players. You play it, and if they do good, fine. But if they do bad, if they can throw like a goose egg or 2 points, then you got to look at that number all weekend until games start on Sunday. That's what I hate. You know, it's just like, oh God, if Javonte Williams 2.1, it's just staring at you for endless days until the games start. So that would be my answer to that. Avoid that if all possible. Earbo's correct. Colts do not have a good history in Jacksonville. We're going through that. They haven't won there since 2014 by like 4. Yeah, well, this is different, though. Colts are a big dog coming in. They're not usually go down there as a favorite. And Jacksonville's coming with a 2-week vacation from Europe. And they're in that still calling America the States mode and calling beers a pint and using a Madonna British accent. So fuck that. We're taking the Colts there. Now let's do a Survivor. We haven't used Kansas City tonight. We have used Buffalo, who are playing the Giants, minus 14, and Miami playing Carolina. We've used them as well, so we can't use them. So we have Kansas City. We're gonna go with them. Secondary, if you have used Kansas City, the Rams is not a bad play, only because one other time you're gonna be able to use the Rams. Their offense looks good at home versus Arizona. Arizona's a game competitor, but with Cooper Kupp, that I think that Rams offense looks good. They're a dead over team as well. So Survivor, I go Kansas City, and then the Rams. Other than that, like I said, it's a bad spot. Anyway, all right, let's get into the box. All right, welcome and thank you everybody joining us who was with us for the whole entire ride. We got Survivor picks, we got our bomb picks, we have a switcheroo possibility. Who knows what the real plays will be? But we've been doing all right. Couple ones I wanted to talk about. What else? The Eagles, Jets. Yeah, someone said that for the Survivor. How about Aaron Rodgers? He's been in. Let's talk about him in the box. He's been out. He does not. He just won't stop with this fucking shit. The whole Mr. Pfizer thing with Travis Kelce. And then Travis Kelce's like, yeah, you're from, your owner's Woody Johnson of Johnson & Johnson. And then Rodgers is on the Pat McAfee show every week, which it just came out today, by the way. He gets $1 million to do these bullshit segments on the Pat McAfee show. Amazing. To go out there and do his ridiculous jokes and these meatheads laugh. Oh, Mr. Pfizer. And he's like, yeah, let's have a debate. How triggered are they? They're so triggered. Fuck you, Aaron Rodgers. My God. Yeah, I say something ridiculous and then you guys get triggered. Oh, man. He's so ridiculous. He's so fucking. I don't mind people who think you're better than you. I don't even mind that. If you're pretentious and all that shit, if they are. Yeah, he's physically better. But when your takes are so dumb and so college freshman year stoned philosophy, that's the worst. Let's have a debate. He wants to do a debate. Him? Who is it? Him and RFK Jr. versus Fauci and Kelce. Yeah, okay. Look, it's the match. Yeah, me and Phil Mickelson versus Tiger and you. What are you talking about? Hey, Dr. Fauci, I know you're retired and all that, and you've served 50 years in a government medical. Hey, but you want to come on this guy's podcast show? We're not going to pay you. Yeah, he's a punter. He wears a tank top, and they all. Anyway, they're just going to yell at you and laugh at you about vaccines. You want to do that, Dr. Fauci? Go to fucking hell, Aaron Rodgers. He deserves. I'm triggered. The debate. And then the media, and I get it, they fall for it. What do you have to? Because it's Aaron Rodgers. Adam Schefter reports, oh, we got a new debate. It's something that should be taken seriously. Like it's Jordan versus Bird. That old Nintendo game. Remember Jordan Bird? Great Nintendo game. It used to be Bird Dr. J, and then the Jordan took over. You did a 3-point contest, the dunk contest, and then the one-on-one. Do all the helicopters and whatnot. That's good. That was a good game. Anyway, what did I want to talk about? The baseball playoffs. That's been going on, so I want to talk about that. That's what I want to talk. The Dodgers lost again, swept by Arizona. They're hilarious. The Dodgers, first of all, it's this playoff format, and which I love. The baseball playoffs has nothing to do with the baseball regular season. It couldn't be more the opposite. They play a 162-game marathon, then they take off a couple weeks, and then they have to play like a best of 3. This isn't baseball. I mean, it is, but it's just two different opposite things. And then We get it. Actually, playoffs in any sport really isn't the equivalent of what the sport is in the regular season. But it makes good viewing. It's what we want. We want to say, well, that's all that matters, win a championship. So it's this tournament. You have to win the tournament. And so we push that in our heads, and ESPN does that too. Like, all the thing that matters. And then they get upset when they don't win it. Like, well, how can you fire him? Dave Roberts, when he's one of the best managers, the all-time winner. Well, ESPN, you're the one who said championships matter. The only thing that matters. It's this made-up thing that we have to do for your money, for TV, for these playoffs. So, well, that's the rules. If I'm Dave Roberts, I'm like, well, why do I even stay here in LA? Go somewhere else. Go win somewhere else and where they don't give a shit. It's just hilarious. Trevor Bauer probably was laughing. He was laughing at one for Lindsay, team, but also they did kick him out. The Dodgers are one of the only teams that can just we made a $250 million mistake. Let's just toss him out and get another one. But it is amazing how they keep losing in the playoffs, the Dodgers. They keep winning 100 games and getting swept. They lost to the Padres last year, swept by Arizona this year, lost to the Braves the year before that. They're always 20 games better than them. I used to think that the COVID championships didn't count. And the only reason why people gave them any respect is because LA teams won them. Like the Lakers and the Dodgers both won the COVID bubble championships. And if that was anyone else, no way would the media act like that counted. But now I'm the opposite. Now I'm thinking that's the only one that should count. That was the only thing that was equivalent to the actual game. Baseball should be 60 games and then put everyone in a bubble with no crowd. That's what baseball should be. Look at the Phillies, and I love the Phillies. They're my team. They're not better than the Braves, but they're beating the shit out of them because of the fucking home crowd advantage and because, this is not the seed. This is what happens with these number one seeds. They play forever. They haven't played a meaningful game in fucking 3 weeks. Cursing for no reason. Me, the man in the box. Hope the Phillies close down a little bit. Double dribble, says Yarbo. But now I'm thinking, those bubble tournament, that was the only thing that happened. Remember when LeBron James said that was the hardest thing he's ever done in his life because we knew it was not going to mean anything. I mean, whatever. Clayton Kershaw, get the hell out of LA. Who cares? He was great in that one, because they only played 60 games. Double dribble. I know. Double dribble had that impossible shot to stop from the corner. That's what made a great Nintendo game. If you had a shot that was impossible to stop, like from the corner. Tecmo Bowl had the Cat Bozo and Mark Bavaro plays where you just couldn't stop it no matter what you did. In double dribble, you could hit a corner three and do it. Anyway. So I'm not too riled up. So that bad. Oh my God, we're almost at an hour. Oh man. See, Generate, you did it to me again. You got me going all over the place. All right, so let's just recap then for everyone. The 5 bombs. Survivor, we have Kansas City tonight. Get that in. Or the Rams. The Survivor, we have Colts +4, Tampa Bay +3.5, Atlanta -2.5, Chicago +3, Chargers +2.5. Those are the ones I'm telling you now. Unless I do a switcheroo. Sweet went in there because I owe the bank a play. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's bombs. I'm the man in the bombs. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Make sure you like this button on YouTube and subscribe wherever pods are told. If you're not, let's subscribe already on Spotify, iTunes, wherever. It's the Bottom Line Bombs. I'm the man in the box. If you're in Los Angeles, I will be in Glendale tomorrow night. I'll be in Hollywood. I'll be in the Laugh Factory tomorrow night, Saturday night, 8 o'clock show. Check me out there. If you're in Hollywood, check out the man in the box. If not, I'll be coming to a town. Subscribe to the Instagram, See This Almost Taken, or Twitter, or X. I mean, on the X. That's See This _ After that, that's going to do it. Now you're going to get a video, theme song of me. Oh, also subscribe to the Blackout Diaries, another podcast I do. It's a drinking story podcast with my buddy Sean Flannery. It's very funny, very good. Other than that, good luck with all the bombs and the games and everything that I gave out tonight, including Kansas City and Pacheco and Cortland Suttons and Greg Dulcich. All right, everybody. See you.